Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. Here to recap the AFC and NFC Championship games. We will begin with the AFC Championship game as the New England Patriots. Oh yes, the Patriots. They defeat the Kansas City Chiefs 37-31, and damn it, I was so close to being 2-0 for my championship picks. I had the Chiefs winning this game, and they came back. It was glorious. Magic Mahomes was coming to the rescue, but the tyrannical reign of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, the Empire, they won yet again. They defeated us once again. My goodness, the Emperor and Darth Vader, they do it again. I mean, it's just incredible. We're talking in what is their 8th straight AFC Championship, and now will be their 3rd straight Super Bowl appearance. These two men may win their 6th Super Bowl in a sport in which there's supposed to be parity. There's supposed to be teams that can compete for Super Bowls every year. That any given year you don't know what's going to happen, and yet the Patriots have found a way to build an absolute dynasty that's getting stronger and stronger. Because if they win the Super Bowl, I mean, you're talking about 3 straight Super Bowl appearances in the past 3 years and 2 Super Bowls. I mean, and that's just incredible that any team could do that, let alone this team. It's unfortunate. You know, you people know I don't really have a rooting interest when it comes to these teams. I don't care about these teams. But honestly, I mean, if you're not a Patriots fan, you wanted to see something different in the Super Bowl. Most of us were rooting for the Chiefs to win this game. Chiefs versus Rams would have been fun, exciting. One of these franchises winning a Super Bowl. The Chiefs, I don't know if they've ever even won one, and the LA Rams winning one potentially for the first time since 2000. They haven't even won one in LA, right? So that was going to be a very interesting thing to see, and unfortunately, we're not going to see that, right? Because the Patriots got done, but you got to give them credit, man. Tom Brady yet again. And the statistics don't reflect it today because he did have the 2 interceptions today. But the Reggie Ragland interception was definitely on him, but the Julian Edelman tipped off his hands and then into the hands of the Chiefs defender. That was not on Tom Brady, and he ultimately led the team down the field when he was down 21-17 to go ahead 24-21, and then led them down the field again, and then led them down the field again, and then won the game. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, this guy is so consistent when he does this. He's the man, he's the GOAT, he's the greatest of all time, the greatest quarterback of all time, and for my money, the greatest football player of all time. And you can vote for Lawrence Taylor, that's fine. When you consider the impact that this guy has on the game and the championships that this guy is winning, the Super Bowls that he's competing for on a daily basis, on a yearly basis, I mean, how can you argue against this? I mean, it's just dominance by Thomas Brady. It sickens me. I'm jealous of it. I'm envious of it. But people, we need to respect it. We need to call it out, and we need to admire it. So I'm giving Tom Brady a nay for his performance today. He had a great performance, and I don't want to hear anything about it. Yes, the Reggie Ragland pick was bad, and he should have had another pick that we're going to get into in a moment, but he won the game, and he let his team down again and again and again when he had to. And that's what he does, and that's his move. And if you give him an inch, he'll take a mile, and he took a mile today, and my goodness. So with that said, other than Tom Brady for the New England Patriots, Sony Michel, this guy continues to be such an X factor for the New England Patriots, and what a first-round pick spent on this guy, on this running back, formerly out of Georgia. I loved the pick when they took him in this 2018 NFL draft. He came up late into the year, and he's making a huge impact. He ran the ball consistently today. Yes, only 3.9 yards per carry. But if you were watching the game, you saw how impactful those 3.9 yards per carry were. He had a huge impact on this game. He had 2 touchdowns as well, and he had one of the go-ahead touchdowns. So a lot of respect for Sony Michel for me. Julian Edelman, I mean, this guy was making so many tough catches over the middle of the field. Now, yes, he had the pass that went through his fingertips, got intercepted. He could have had that muff punt. Personally, I thought it went off his thumb, but regardless, he then tipped the ball up, and it was interception, so those were not good. But man, the third downs he was converting in overtime period were insane. At the fourth quarter were insane. He kept moving the ball down the field. That was fantastic. Even Rob Gronkowski, who's been quiet in the receiving game, he came up big with some huge catches in the overtime and fourth quarter periods. So you love to see that if you're a New England Patriots fan. Rex Burkhead did some things. Cordero Patterson stunk. Okay, so we saw a lot of the things we expected to see. And Tom Brady can just use anyone and everyone we see this, except for Cordero Patterson, because Cordero Patterson stinks too much. I mean, I was just watching Cordero Patterson out there in overtime. It was pathetic. I mean, this guy was just out there dropping everything, just not looking like a quality NFL receiver, but he can return things, so that's nice, right? So at least we like that. Defensively for the New England Patriots, what a game for Kyle Van Noy, the former Detroit Lion, who's not a very good player, but had a very good day today. He was all over the place, got 2 sacks today, had a strip sack, wasn't able to recover, unfortunately, though. I mean, he was all over the place. Stephen McCourty did his thing. You even saw them also be able to really limit Tyreek Hill and limit his beat playability today, so you love that from the New England Patriots defense. And although they're not as potent as they've been in years past, they're hitting their stride right now. I mean, I know they gave a bunch of points in the second half to the Chiefs, and you don't love that. But, man, you have to feel that, hey, this defense can win a Super Bowl. As long as Tom Brady can put up enough points, this is a Super Bowl-ready defense. I mean, they're in the Super Bowl, right? This is a Super Bowl defense at this point. And you're seeing guys making plays, even they don't have the talent that they used to have. They're getting older in some spots. Yes, they have like a Devin and a Jason McCoy. These guys are getting old. But still, I mean, they're making plays. They're doing their thing. So you have to give them credit on that. Also, let's move on to the Kansas City Chiefs, and let's start with Andy Reid. He choked again. To me, point blank, period, simple, he choked again. I mean, Andy Reid, you've been gifted Patrick Mahomes now. Congratulations. You've been gifted Patrick Mahomes, who struggled in the first half. He missed throws in the first half, even missed throws in the third quarter that he should have made, right? But he got you back into the game, and ultimately, I look at Andy Reid, and I don't know why this guy did not call timeout in the overtime period, rally his troops, okay, say, guys, calm the hell down, let's figure out what we're doing defensively, let's do something. He just sat there and watched as Tom Brady went up his defense and scored a touchdown, especially when they went down, when the Patriots went down to that 5-yard line. I'm taking a timeout, I'm rallying the troops, I'm pointing to the crowd, and I'm saying, y'all, we're in trouble, let's go hard right now, because if not, we're donezo. And he just sat there, folded his arms, and watched as Thomas Brady went up the field, and he didn't do a damn thing about it. His defense was gassed, they had no chance in hell, and he didn't care. He just thought some sort of miracle was going to happen, like what happened for the Patriots against the Seahawks. That was not what was going to happen today. You have to make a decision, you have to make a move, you have to do something. He did nothing, he folded his arms, and now he got beat. He got beat because of it. You have to take a timeout, to me, and he just sat there as his defense was gassed. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I could not believe it. That's on Andy Reid. Andy Reid has to rally his troops there. Bob Sutton, the defensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, he has to hanker down his defense there. He has to wake them up. Okay, he has to get the crowd back into, because they were more quiet then than they had been for the majority of the game. You have to rally your troops and save your season, save your postseason life. But it's that decision that Andy Reid has been unable to make for his entire coaching career, and has held him back from winning a Super Bowl. That is a Super Bowl decision. You call timeout and you rally your troops, and he failed to do it. So when it comes to Patrick Mahomes, he missed some throws today, right? But he's a second-year player that threw 50 touchdowns. This guy's going to be okay. He's going to make more plays in the future, and I think we do have a Super Bowl champion to be in Patrick Mahomes. But Andy Reid's going to have to make those decisions when necessary. And again, the Chiefs were way too pass happy. 31 passes in this game to only 12 rushes. Dude, it was like 17 degrees. Run the ball. It's okay. Don't be afraid to run the ball a little bit. Damian Williams has had success running the ball, and yet the Chiefs just want to be so damn pass happy. They then put their defense right back on the field, the defense that's been gassed the whole game, and then they're surprised when Tom Brady just goes down the field with 2 minutes left, gets the go-ahead touchdown, and then in overtime gets the game-winning touchdown. I mean, why are you so surprised? Because your defense is gassed, because you've been passing the whole game, getting off the field, all right? Even if you have a very successful drive, congratulations, you had a 6-play drive for a touchdown, that's great, but you do realize your defense now has to go back out on the field. You put your defense defense back out on the field, gassed, one time too many. Guess what? By the end of the game, they were gassed. And that's on Andy Reid. I really do even believe this. Even when you're down in the game, run the ball a little bit more because you don't want to just keep putting your defense potentially back on the field. And then by the end of the game, in the overtime period, they're gassed. And they were gassed in this game. And yet Andy Reid, he failed to see this. He continues to fail to see this. He's always pass happy. And this is what he gets. Look at what the Patriots did today. They have Thomas Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time. And what did they do? They ran 48 times today. They drafted a running back in the first round of the 2018 draft, and they said, we're going to run the ball. And they ran the ball today more than they threw the ball. And they have Tom Brady. Okay, and they won the game. Because although their defense, honestly, might have less talent than yours. Like, they don't have a D Ford. They don't have a Justin Houston. They don't have Eric Berry. And they certainly don't have a Chris Jones. But they still won the game. Why? Because they put their defense in positions to succeed. They coached up their defense. They put their defense in the best schematic situations. They were able to get pressure coming from cover 0 at times, coming from cover 1. They were terrific. They were creative. They were innovative, and you guys were anything but that, and you lost the game, right? And ultimately, D Ford has to make a play, and Justin Houston has to make a play. And D Ford, you cannot be in the neutral zone on what would have been a pick to essentially get the Chiefs to win in this game. So let's not downplay that one either. But Andy Reid, these subtle things in his coaching, he misses, and I think continue to haunt him and stop him from getting to the promised land. Andy Reid, I pointed him again. And yes, the defensive players that should have stepped up, they should have made plays, but I think Andy Reid has to put them in a better position to make plays. He's a great offensive coach, and he helped scheme up some passes that helped the Chiefs come back in this game. And I will give him credit for that. But this is what he's missing, and until he realizes that, recognizes that, the Chiefs will not make or win the Super Bowl. So with that said, the Patriots are going back to the Super Bowl. Damn it. Right? None of us are really happy about it, but you gotta respect it, people. You just gotta respect it. So with that said, we gotta move on. We have a whole nother game to talk about. NFC Championship game. As we have the LA Rams beating the New Orleans Saints 26-23. Yet another overtime game. What a beautiful day of football, by the way. I prefer this type of game, these two type of games, over like a Rams Chiefs 54-51. I like some defense. I like some bad calls, which we're about to discuss. I like some drama. I don't like thinking, well, they're going to go down the field and score a touchdown, because that's what they've been doing the whole game, right? I like some intrigue, and these two games brought that. So 26-23, Rams got it done. Okay, I was right about this. Cha-ching. The Rams looked good in this game. Jared Goff looked really good in this game. Now, I thought he did make some mistakes. He missed some throws. And what really bothered me, when on that 2nd and goal late in the game, I thought he should have ran in for the touchdown. He hesitated. And I was like, dude, you're making a business decision there. But he rallied well, make throws to win the game, especially a huge throw in overtime. Looked like he was about to get sacked. Just flipped the ball out, got it to his receiver, and was able to lead down the field to get a field goal, game-winning field goal. So that was great by his part. Sean McVay, I mean, this guy continues to scheme up everything. And you even saw times when Jared Goff couldn't get the play or couldn't hear Sean McVay. He kind of looked like a chicken with his head cut off. So we still have to give Sean McVay probably the majority of the credit for this thing. I mean, I think Jared Goff is good. I know some people think he's just really overrated because of Sean McVay. I mean, make no doubt about it. Sean McVay does elevate Jared Goff, but I think Jared Goff is good as well. I've seen him make accurate throws. He's an accurate throw of the football mostly. He'll have some bad throws from time to time, but I've seen him make some absolute dime of throws. I look back to his running out to his right, throwing down the field against the Minnesota Vikings on that Thursday Night Football. I want to say he hit Gerald Everett. That's one of the best passes this entire season. I know Jared Goff could throw the football. Jared Goff is MVP offensively, right? They didn't run the ball well at all. C.J. Anderson was out there looking fatter than ever, and he wasn't being very effective. Todd Gurley was injured, and Jared Goff led him down the field. He was throwing to Josh Reynolds. He was throwing to Gerald Everett. He was throwing to Brandon Cooks. He was throwing to his other receivers to get the ball, to get them down the field and score touchdowns. Jared Goff was the offensive MVP, but Sean McVay was obviously in his ear, and they got it done. So let's talk about the call, right? Because really, that's the point of the NFC Championship. That's the discussion. That's what everyone wants to talk about, the call. All right, so here's the call. All right, so the Saints, 3rd and 7, let's say, Alvin Kamara on pretty much a wheel route to the outside to the right, and Nicole Roby Coleman, the cornerback for the LA Rams, absolutely hits him up, lights him up, and because of that, Alvin Kamara is unable to catch the football, and they do not call pass interference. The referees do not call pass interference. Yes, this was a PI. Okay, this was undoubtedly a PI. If they call PI, the Saints win the game in at least like 99% of scenarios, right? So I'm giving you all of that. However, Saints fans, I'm sorry. I think this game goes beyond the refs. Okay, you can blame the refs first, but outside of that, I think you still get to put a lot of blame on Drew Brees and Sean Payton, who to me left a lot of plays on that football field. Number one, Drew Brees missed a lot of throws in this game, more throws than I expected him to, and he's been missing throws in December and January, like a lot of throws. And you saw that in this game. He missed a throw over the middle that could have been picked off. He missed that first and goal on that eventual 3rd and 7 in that sequence of plays, right? That was able to then stop the clock. I mean, he missed that throw. He missed some throws in this game. He left points out on the field. You also saw a drop pass by that tight end by the New Orleans Saints when the Saints were at the goal line. I mean, this guy was dropped that huge pass there. They left points on the field. I wasn't in love with Sean Payton's play calling late in the game. They left points out on that field, and to me, that's really why they lost the game. That's the reason why the game is close. This game really should not have been close. They let the Rams hang around, right? They were up 13-0. Should have up 21-0. You should have scored 21 points. You got a Todd Gurley, drop pass interception. You missed some throws. You dropped a catch. It should have been 21-0. But you let them hang around. And you lost the game, right? You made it to where one call could decide the game, and that's on you, right? If you played up to your best, or even like 90% of your best, maybe even 80%, you would have won the game. The problem is you only played up to like 70% of your best today. You made it close. You let the Rams claw their way back, and then eventually you lost the game. And that's on you to me. I mean, the referees, we will blame the referees. It was a bad call. If it was not for that, you'd be in the Super Bowl. You even have won it, right? Because I think the Saints are a better team than the New England Patriots, but you made it close, right? And whenever you make it close, you're leaving yourself susceptible to those type of game-crushing plays, to those horrible calls that will ruin you. So go ahead and complain. That's fine. You should complain, but also recognize that you let the Rams come back in the game, and when you did that, you opened up Pandora's box. And whenever you open up Pandora's box, you're not going to be happy with what comes out. So ultimately, we have Rams versus New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. Now, what we all know is that the LA Rams are more talented than the New England Patriots. Okay, point blank, period. However, so were the LA Chargers, and so were the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Patriots got it done both times. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady continue to do their thing. We will see who I pick. Will I finally learn? Will I finally wise up and pick the New England Patriots I've been picking against them this entire 2019 playoffs? We will find out. I have a lot to mull over, but we have 2 weeks to do that. So that we will do. In fact, we'll go ahead and come back next week. Give me 1 week. We'll be back next Sunday, and I'll give you my official Super Bowl 53 predictions. So LA Rams, New England Patriots, a rematch of a Super Bowl that we saw only, 17 or 18 years ago. So until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.